Here, at Felixstowe in England, Actaris has been producing utility meters for over 70 years. In that time, our products have been sold right around the world, from Afghanistan to Zimbabwe. And even as I speak, there are some 500 million Actaris meters working worldwide. That's 500 million consumers getting accurately metered energy, and around 1,300 utility companies getting precise control of gas and electricity and pinpoint billing. In today's utility environment, prepayment is increasingly popular. It provides utility companies with better revenue and better management of revenue, and it gives consumers more precise control of consumption, as well as the benefits of extra services. In 1986, we launched TaleXus. This was, and still is, a complete management system for prepayment and vending. Of course, our products have changed and continually evolved over the years, so we can meet customer demands and take advantage of the latest technology. We now have over 15 years' experience in electronic prepayment systems, and in that time, TaleXus has been successfully installed in over 20 countries. It now serves over 2.3 million consumers across the world. In this program, we're going to show you the latest system to be unveiled under the TaleXus banner. It's called TaleXus Vendor, and it's based on a neat little smart card like this one. The TaleXus Vendor system is extremely adaptable. It can stand alone if need be, or it can work with existing utility systems. What's more, it's the world's first multi-energy revenue collection system. That means it's equally at home with gas and electricity. TaleXus Vendor works at 3 levels: the central management system, the point of sale, and the point of delivery. The central management system is the nerve center of TaleXus. This application server is usually installed in the utility company's head office, and its task is to collect and collate data from the rest of the system. It includes the database server, which uses Oracle 8 to store information on consumers, tariffs, vending networks, configurations, and meter readings. Users with several locations can access the data using local and wide area networks. The polling engine transfers data to and from the point of sale units via normal telephone lines. And a report engine means that data can be extracted and sorted as required. The next level is point of sale, or POS. This represents all the places where consumers can put energy credits onto their smart cards. Many hundreds of point of sale units can be spread over a wide area, needing only a telephone connection and a power supply. This is the consumer interface, where new smart cards are issued and loaded with credit. At the same time, the POS machine also transfers the tariff, configuration changes, and any special actions, which we'll see later, to the card. The POS has a user-friendly graphic interface, which provides customer receipts and sale reports for each transaction. The final level is point of delivery, which refers to the meters inside people's houses. As I said earlier, TaleXus Vendor can handle both electricity and gas, so there are 2 types of meters. This one is PayGuard, which handles electricity, and this one is Gallus, which handles gas. So, what are the benefits of prepayment? Well, with conventional billing systems, there are concerns from both the consumer and the utility company. The consumer may worry about the size of the impending bill, and they may have to change their schedule to let a meter reader in. They also can't be sure that the meter will be read accurately. From the utility's point of view, having to read meters is costly and getting access can be difficult. They too can't be sure that every reading will be accurate. But perhaps the biggest problem with conventional billing is getting the money in. Consumers may pay late or not at all. They may go bankrupt or just move away without notice. All these problems are solved by switching to prepayment metering. Let's look at cash flow in more detail. With conventional billing, the utility has to supply gas or electricity in advance, and a debt starts to accumulate. Then the meter has to be read, then a bill has to be sent, and eventually payment arrives. As well as the time delay, a lot of people are needed to administer the system. Compare this with prepayment, where the money arrives first. The account starts with an opening credit, which is then gradually used up. Each time the credit gets low or runs out, more money has to be paid in. Getting the money in early means that they save bank interest payments. And of course, they also get automatic meter readings each time the consumer purchases more credit. Most importantly of all, there's no need to visit the premises if the occupier leaves. Change of tenancy is dealt with using special action functions of TaleXus Vendor. All these features directly save utilities not only money, but valuable human resources too. In return, the consumer gets benefits too. They always know how much they're spending on gas and electricity and can tailor their consumption if they need to. There's no deposit to pay and no danger of a large bill suddenly arriving that they can't afford to pay. They also benefit from security of supply, even if the credit runs out. That's because TaleXus Vendor features emergency credit, as well as a no disconnect period, which means that power won't be cut off, say, in the middle of the night or in a freezing winter. In addition, PayGuard has a maintained power feature. This gives a reduced electricity supply so that essential items can still be used. In summary then, advance payment means better cash flow. There's automatic meter reading. There's no need to visit the premises. There's security of supply and benefits for the consumers as well. And that's the case for prepayment. To help you judge the benefits more accurately, we've produced some cost modelling software. You can order a copy of this from our website, and we'll give you the address at the end of the programme. Now, to show you how these benefits are achieved, let's look at using special actions. Special actions are the main reason why a utility will never need to visit a consumer. There are more than 25 special actions in all, so to give you an idea, we'll look at the most important ones here. Firstly, change of tenancy, a situation which, before TaleXus came along, always meant that a visit to the premises was needed. But now, the consumer can close down the meter themselves with the push of a button, recording all the information, recording the remaining credit, and switching off the supply. When they take the smart card back to their usual point-of-sale terminal for a refund, this information passes into the TaleXus system. When a new occupier moves in, an Open Up special action is used to give the meter a new tariff, to record an opening meter reading, and to set it working again. In fact, special actions can be used to set any of the parameters of Gallus or PayGuard which can be programmed, from the tariff in use, to the level of emergency credit, to the debt collection rate. They can all be remotely adjusted using this powerful set of commands. And for all the functions of special actions on the smart card, TaleXus Vendor can produce a suite of maintenance cards for the utility's staff to use. This means that new meters can be installed using just one maintenance card to set all the parameters required. TaleXus also allows the creation of highly specific tariffs. For example, a time of use tariff can be created with up to 6 rates or prices. Switching between these can be done in 30-minute increments, with different switching patterns for weekdays, weekends, or seasons. In fact, to exactly whatever the utility company needs. You can also set up block or slab tariffs, where the cost depends on the amount of gas or electricity used. In this example, the consumer is paying 5 pence per kilowatt hour for the first 100 kilowatt hours and 10 pence per kilowatt hour above that. TaleXus Vendor is the only system in the world which allows you to use both block and time-based tariffs. If the utility company needs to know the exact amount of energy used over fixed regular intervals, for example every month, the system can take snapshot meter readings at preset intervals. This information is stored in the meter and then transferred to TaleXus via the smart card on the next trip to buy gas or electricity. TaleXus Vendor can also give you complete control over the maximum current drawn by any consumer. This power limitation feature lets you see if someone exceeds their maximum permitted current, for example 65 amps instead of 60. But rather than simply cutting them off, it gives you the chance to levy a higher standing charge instead. The utility makes more revenue, the consumer maintains a continuous supply, so both parties benefit. There's much more to TaleXus Vendor than we've been able to show you here, but of course we can advise on all aspects of prepayment metering. We hold training courses, either on request or as part of a regular program. There's also a website which contains all the documentation on the system, the metering and the benefits of revenue collection. The address for that is www.actaris.com. If you still can't find what you're looking for, then contact the TaleXus team. You can do that by phone on 441394 694 474 or by email to rcs@felixstowe.actaris.com. And don't forget, you can order the free cost modelling software at the same time. Surveys show that 98% of TaleXus customers appreciate the benefits the system brings. Now it's time to let the rest of the world benefit too.